I hope you got your 3D glasses ready from the award-winning writers that brought you Murder for Two, a new musical comedy blasts off from the cult favorite 50s sci-fi film. And here to tell us more about Theater Square as it came from outer space, we've got Charisse and Christopher. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, yes. Now, tell us a little bit, if our audience not familiar with the movie, tell us a little bit about the show.
Sure. So it's based on a 1953 movie, which was it was right when 3D was kind of being invented, and so if you watch it now, it's very funny because it's kind of chintzy. You watch like these old crazy, like very rudimentary special effects, but it was kind of revolutionary in its time, and so oddly enough, a lot of people really have kind of a cultural touch point in that movie for themselves, but. Aliens come down to Earth, only one person sees them, everyone else in this small town is doubting this one person, they think he's crazy, and it just seemed a kind of material that was ripe for making a very silly, very spoofy musical.
Yes, of course. Now, one thing I love about Theater Squared as well is that you make it all about the experience, and you've even done that for me today. You've brought me a signature cocktail from the show. I really appreciate that. You can... this has like popcorn-infused rum, I hear. So like you can taste the popcorn in the drink as you're watching the show.
And an old-fashioned cola, so it takes you back to that time where
my gosh.
cola was like the dessert.
It's delicious. I'm going to sip on this while I have you two. Tell me about your characters. Yeah, we'll start with you. Tell us about who you play.
Well, I play quite a few characters, but my my two main characters are Hecky, the 2-bit reporter. Hecky pops in and out, really just there to cause a little mischief and confuse the people. And then my main character, the one that I've really spent time developing, is Grommulex. And Grommulex is the leader of the aliens.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like an earthling name.
No.
Yeah.
He's different.
Yeah.
And he's very passionate about his job, but he's very afraid because he's messed up at this point. You know,
that's a good tease.
Yeah,
I gotta go see it to find out more.
So he's like the boss guy running around trying to make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, always frantic. I like that. Yes, I'm familiar with those types of people.
Yes.
Chris, what about for you? Who do you play?
I play John Putnam. So John Putnam is kind of a newer visitor to the town of Sand Rock, this small town that we place our show in. He's from the big city of Tucson, Arizona. So, you know, he considers himself pretty special. He's pretty full of himself, and he's the one who sees the aliens, but because he's kind of such a blowhard, no one wants to take him seriously because he's just kind of this arrogant jerk. And so that's why the whole town is just doubting him, and so he has to keep trying to find a new way to convince everyone that the aliens are real and maybe they're going to take over the planet, and what are we going to do? And that's where we set the show.
Yeah. What was the rehearsal process like for this one?
Good question.
Yeah.
So Charisse and I both came from the Chicago production.
Yep.
So we had a good long rehearsal process there, but we have a couple new actors in the show now who are incredible, and so a lot of it was focused on getting them incorporated in the show and also making some new changes for this production.
Yeah, I got to give it to them because they were, you know, it's hard to come into a production that's been rehearsed and has, you know, had a run at it, knows what to kind of expect. You know, it's different in different places, but yeah, the first process, well, you were part of, there was a reading.
Wow, so you went back, you're original.
He's the OG.
OG. Yeah, you've been a part for a while.
Yeah.
And are you new coming into it?
New for the Chicago production, yes,
okay.
but not new for this production.
Wow, yeah. It's exciting. Well, when and where can we see it? How do we do that?
Well, it's at Theater Square.
Yeah.
So to get your tickets, you just go to theater2.org. We are playing there through September 18th. The audiences have really been responding well to it, so we would love for you to come. It is really just kind of a fun, silly time. You know, we were talking about shows we like that are about 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
Our show fits that bill. So you're going to come in, you're going to have an hour and a half of pretty much non-stop laughs, I want to say.
Lots of laughs.
With fun, you know, creepy sci-fi stuff, and you'll go home hopefully happy with something to talk about with your family.
Yeah, it's one of those shows I wish I would have been able to sit in the audience and see.
Oh, that's good. So it's family appropriate then. You mentioned family.
Yes. In my opinion, it is. I've got a 9-year-old daughter. She's seen the show. There are a couple very small language things that we have in there, but they're for comedic effect. So most of the families have been going along with that. But yeah, we've had families come who have really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring my kids to see it then. That's awesome. Yes, we'll have a link on our website so you can get tickets as well.